right, so I'm here with Chris. Chris, how old are you?
52.
Are you originally from Arizona?
No, moved here in 1999 from Sacramento, California. Moved here and basically I just got a little bit of drug problem and they sent me to prison for many years for a little bit of drug problem. I never it was a violent crime issue, just a little bit of drugs here and there, got caught a little bit, so they give me a lot of time for that. I've done about 15 years in Arizona State Prison since I moved here in 99.
So you did 15 years in prison?
About all together, yeah. It's Real Consumer Correctional Center, which is a max county sentence place. So I've done a few years there, but...
What's your current situation right now? Are you homeless?
I'm homeless, yeah.
How long have you been on the streets?
About 2.5 months again. I was sober about 2.5 years before, but and I had a place to live in a sober living, which was $100 something a week. I could afford that, but as I had to leave the sober living, things got tough. I lost my job. I couldn't pay the roof over my head. I couldn't pay for my car. I lost it all.
What kind of work were you doing?
I worked at a local car wash and sold services there. Yeah.
How long were you there for?
I've been there off and on since '99, so either in prison or at that job or homeless. A big, like a roller coaster circle of positiveness, negativeness, and bullshitness. You know what I mean?
So what do you do out here right now to survive?
So right now I do a lot of panhandling. That helps. People do come by and help us. You know, we're hungry. They do feed us. A lot of people don't help us and they're totally against it.
Yeah.
I will sometimes I'll cut an old lady's yard. I'll help out. I've done that right over there, that garbage can area for Circle K. It was full of trash and garbage in there, real nasty. I cleaned that all out and they would feed me for the day. You know, stuff like that. It's
so the
really
people from Circle K will feed you for cleaning up the trash?
Even though they're not supposed to, but they will, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, this beats robbing your parents' house.
So is there a lot of people that come out here to donate stuff like food?
Yeah, they let more back in, you know, a couple years ago, more so then. Haven't seen much of it going on now.
Yeah.
But because of the COVID and you know, the germ of, you know, receiving a public cup or public spoon, public tray.
What do you think about that? Like, do you think that's enabling people to stay out here?
So the whole enabling thing is, I believe that's a bunch of baloney. I am somebody that was not enabled. At 12 years old, I was a drug addict and my parents pushed me out the house. That's it. No help for you. We're not gonna enable you because we know how it works. And I look how I turned out. I didn't get no help.
An addict at 12 years old?
My parents used. So
your parents used to use?
Yeah. So
did you grow up with both mom and dad?
Yeah. Stepdad, mom, a couple different stepdads and mom, but as I got older, drugs got a little more harder, you know. But it definitely started with smoking marijuana and drinking at home with my parents. Yeah.
How was your childhood?
I was alcoholic and very abusive when I was young, but I left at a very young age. I left home at a very young age, and I was told to stay away from home and figure it out.
You said it was abusive. What kind of abuse were you going through?
Just a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of mental abuse. My mother chose my stepdad in that life instead of, you know, her children's life, which should have been priority, her children, but it wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did she kick you out or did you go willingly?
We got in an argument and I left, but I tried to come back, but since I already made that decision, I couldn't come back. Yeah.
Where did you go? Did you go to a friend's house or?
That quickly ran out. Yeah.
So you were kind of going from friend house to friend's house?
At first, that lasted a few months, you know, but as being a teenager, that lasts a little while, but that will run out real soon. Yeah. Yeah.
It will.
Yeah. You know, you have nowhere to go. Yeah.
And then after that, what did you end up doing?
I've done some petty crimes, you know, to survive, but nothing major, no violent crimes. And mostly, I've only been in trouble by the law by having a little bit of drugs on me and getting caught with that.
How old were you the first time when you ended up getting busted? in going to jail?
First time I got busted and went to jail was a juvenile hall. Back then it was pretty cool. It was co-ed, so that was cool. You know, that was a cool thing. But I was about 15. I went home and stole my parents' truck, and then when I turned 18, they sold it to me. But that's my first crime. And probably the most worst crime I've ever done was steal the truck.
And that's what you ended up going to jail for?
Yeah.
For stealing
juvenile hall. Yeah. And I bought the truck later on. Yeah.
How long did you do it that time when you went to jail?
It was a big battle. The judge wanted my mom to take me out of juvenile hall. He's like, I'm not his keeper. I want him out of here. After the first week, I stayed in there 6 months. She was arguing with the judge all the time, and then finally they made me a ward of the court, and I went to a group home for boys.
How was your experience there?
It was all right. Yeah.
Was it better than that being at home?
Yeah. There was I mean, I don't know. They were nice. They were encouraging and positive upbringing in that group home. It was a Seventh-day Adventist program. It was a lot of schooling. We went to school. They encouraged school. They encouraged sports. My parents didn't encourage none of that. They just encouraged, negativeness. It seemed like, Yeah.
Growing up, did you get into any gangs or anything like that?
No. Well, I've done 6.5. I've done 4.5. I've done a year and a half, and I've done 2.5, I believe, something like that. Yeah. So it's about 12 years if you take away the good time. You know what I mean? So it was to do time here in Arizona. They made it very boring. It's a very boring situation.
Is it a real violent place in there?
Can be, but not for me. I keep my nose clean in there. Stay at the card table and don't tell. You know what I mean? And don't do drugs. In there, I have no problem.
So pretty much, if you mind your own business, nobody's gonna mess with you in there.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there won't be no repercussions for you.
Did they have any programs or anything like that in there?
No.
Any resources for when you?
They do, but it's so redundant that the programs in Arizona State Prison, the programs they have are so redundant and so boring that you're not going to catch nobody in there, learning anything out of that redundant situation. It needs something new and some new hands-on stuff.
What kind of programs were they offering?
Just paperwork, how to, behavioral health and stuff like that. Paperwork, redundant paperwork that they've always used. It doesn't work. We need a drug reform program that will we put in place that would help us.
Can you go in there and learn a trade?
No, not unless you got enough time and you get lucky enough to get a construction job that pays more. But it's not. Arizona prison system isn't made to teach you a trade. It's made to get you in there, do your time, get you out.
Because I know that a lot of people out there in California, they come out with a trade.
Yes, they do.
Some people do auto body work. Some people go to the fire department, like they do those fire camps and stuff like that. They don't have anything like that out here in Arizona?
It's very lot smaller out here. If they do, it's very little, and they do, but it's very little. So they do have fire camp here, but I've never met one of them guys, so it's obviously very little. I've been on the yard where they were there, but it was such a small crew, and I've never met them in person, so it's got to be a small program. If it was big enough, it would help more people. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
I do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Are you okay with me using this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And just in case some of my subscribers want to reach out to you with any sort of help or donations, do you have any social media, any contact information that you want to share?
Email.
Go ahead.
It's Stern, STERN, CHRIS 123 @gmail.com.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, man. All right. Thank you.